This is a couple of replays leading up to the third mark of excellence for the M24 light tank in Cold War. So it's a really good tank. I do like it. It's nice and fast, nice and mobile. I've got the advanced drivetrain on here, so I've got the extra 10% top speed, the 10% hull rotation. I've got optics on the camo. My crew have also got the visibility perk and the camouflage perk as well. So as you can see, my camouflage circle is very small. So I'm just doing what I would do in World War II modes, just come find a bush, just spot enemies up. Looks like we've got a platoon of lights that have gone sort of the hill over there, which is fine. I've popped the food, but I feel that at some point something's going to come over that ridge. So the crew itself, it's got, as I said, it's got the camouflage perk, it's got the vision perk, it's got the four sort of standard ones, I would say: 6 sense, spawn leader, rapid loading, steady aim. Could get rid of steady aim and rapid loading if you really wanted to play it passive, but those four are just such a big benefit just overall. It's probably always worth to take those four first. Just change the angle slightly. I'm just a little bit concerned I'm going to get spotted or proxy spotted by this tank, so I'm just moving forward, just making sure that I've got a bush between me and it. Don't want to be spotted. I feel like there's lots of tanks down in that valley that I can just keep lit. The team's pushed down the zero line. It's probably a lemon train down there, to be honest. We've given up the north. So already I'm thinking we've lost map control, but I'm just going to stay here. We've got that tree knocked down, and just keep them lit. So we've got the enemy light tank sort of marauding around in the valley. I really don't want to engage any of them, just because, you know, especially if you hit one of the ones in the platoon, you'll probably find that their platoon mate will just focus you as well. Yeah, it's just one of those things. You get it in World War II mode as well, but on Cold War, with just how powerful the light tanks are, it really, you know, you really don't want two of them against you. But unfortunately, make a bit of a misplay here. I was so concerned of getting spotted or proxy spied that I actually reversed a little bit too far and fell down here. So I'm going down the valley. I really don't want to do this. Kind of hoping I stay undetected, but unfortunately this T-44A, I'm not too sure if it was AFK. It's not by the look of it. Yeah, so I'm just going to circle this one. Oh, I do want it gone, but now I've noticed one of the lights are coming. Still circling this T-44A. It doesn't look like looks like it's going to just run away. Free aiming, missed the shot, and thankfully it stops for me. So I can now start circling it, and sure enough, one of the other light tanks come over. So the T-44A has just stopped. So I feel quite confident that these light tanks can't actually hit me, as long as I keep moving. They seem to be wanting to go sort of behind me, so I pop the smoke. I want to just actually go back round. I'm on the tail of this one, but as you can see, you know, the light tanks, they do really support each other. So just get the ram kill on that one. I don't even think these two are in the platoon either. Just goes to show that the light tanks in Cold War, they do tend to wolf pack. I've put a video out just essentially complaining about that. If you try and, I mean, a lot of players will just follow each other around in light tanks. As you saw, they all went down sort of the bottom right corner. But Just trying to keep behind this one. Only fire when the shot's lined up. I think with the hill, the elevation changes, I don't think I'll be able to free aim it so well, and I don't think that one was planning it quite well, trying to break my aim, so I was just waiting for it to all line up, and it seemed to be just auto aiming and firing. So go back round, kill the T-44A. 7-6, so it's not a guaranteed thing. Make a bit of a misplay here. Really shouldn't have YOLO'd this one. I think it was just so concerned with my ally, I just thought, well, I'll just YOLO. Take a hit, and the heal has really killed my momentum. So it's able to put at least a couple of shots into me. I go back around, and the T-54 gets the ram kill, thankfully. So ping to defend the base. We've got one over there in the base at the moment, a couple underneath the hill. I've got three over there actually. So my intention is, with them kind of defending the valley, I just want to just slip past them really. Just got a minute and 18 on the clock, so feel that by the time I get over there and by the time I spot, aim, fire and all the rest of it, I don't really want to mess around with any of these other ones over here. But I managed to spot the tank that's trying to cap. It seems to be hiding behind some sort of destructible building down there. Loading up the premium, I really do just want to make sure if I'm going to have to give my location away. But unfortunately I missed the shot. Get a reset, so that's all good. Trying to do a shot on move, but that's not going to work. Loading up the standard rounds now. I've got the back of this T-44A going uphill. Put one shot in. Turns the turret to try and take a shot at me, but it's never going to spot me. Decides it's going to bail out on that one. So I'm still quite hull down on that ridge. With true vision, obviously physically the smaller the target you are, the more difficult it is for someone to spot you. So it's always an interesting aspect of Cold War, the actual, trying to keep off ridge lines so you're not skylines, using bushes using bushes as much as you can. But yeah, it's just the camouflage is a bit different on Cold War. So we've got this M48 last tank. It's 4-1, so we've turned it quite nicely. We've gone from sort of a tied up game. Looks like we're going to win this quite easily. So I decided at this point, I'm just going to YOLO. So I'm going to decide to pop the smoke. I'm going to drive through the smoke to build up momentum to then go round, but my ally finishes off. So yeah, we get 4700 damage, 4700 assisted, get MVP. 5 kills on that one, considering that we played most of the game quite passively. Lots of best in games there, always nice to see. Do like getting that direct hits. Actually we didn't get best in game, was blocked, but obviously in a light tank it's not expected, but yeah, MVP on that one. So this is the third mark game. It's on Desfall, which is, I quite like this map. This and Fred Van, I think, are the two really good Cold War maps. It's just when I was going for the third mark, I was getting lots of World War II maps instead. Not too sure what they have done recently with the map rotation, but yeah, I was hardly ever getting the Cold War maps. But with these spawns, sometimes I will sort of go down the free line and sort of cross that bridge. But for this one, I found that going down the riverbed here is quite useful, just to spot people sort of camping in the sort of G9 area on that hill. Catch anyone out trying to go into the centre is always good. and you'll always get people that try and go north. So going into the field, pop the food just to help with the view range, and sure enough there was a couple of mediums trying to cross. You stop their advance, which is always good. Make sure they're targeted so they know someone's looking at them. Looks like one's breaking off now. So yeah, it's a really good player, that one. As you can see, a couple were either trying to go into the central town or just going north. Just spotting them makes them stop in their tracks. So I quite like going down that riverbed now. I do find it's quite useful on these spawns. So we've got the light tank here. That's the priority really. We've got these medium there. The light tank seems to be, not too sure if it's going to just YOLO, but you notice I keep moving. That's just because I'm not too sure if someone's got eyes on me with true vision and they're going to take a shot. So I just keep moving. The camouflage doesn't get affected when you're in the light tank if you move, so it doesn't make any difference if you're moving or stationary. There's no penalty for moving in the light tank. So I feel like this tank's going to come around and try and shoot me, so I pop the smoke, just go through the smoke. It looked like someone shot me, or tried to shoot me from the hill, so we're just out of there now. I want to go this way, but I've noticed that the capture circle, I'm not too sure I'll be able to get past that without triggering the capture circle, and I really don't want them to know I'm here. We've got this medium, not too sure if it's AFK or what it's doing, but decided to get a kill. Why not? We've got this T-44A up on the hill, so ricochet. Kind of juking me just with it. It seems to be stuck on a wall or something. But now I've noticed that the enemy team, rather than going north, they seem to have gone south. We've got this M46 that's stuck on this side of the bridge. Just trying to have a look around and see where I am. I'm lit now, so it should really now see me. But we'll get a shot in before it can fire. I feel like this T-44A is isolated. I think it's at the back. I think its allies have either pushed across the river or they're sort of in J4. So yeah, feeling that this one's pretty isolated. I get one shot in. I stop, unfortunately. I think I was just too confident on that one. I had a really good evening playing the M24. Obviously getting the free mark as well. Just kind of proves that, but yeah, I think I was just too confident at this point. I just thought I could just stop and just... Anyway, we get out of there. Looks like that T-44A does know what it's doing, backing up against the wall. So I decide, pointless just driving in front of that person's gun, so I'm just going to go down here, see who I can just shoot up. But just come up here, I just want to see what's around. Sure enough, a couple of they're actually pulling back now, which is interesting. Just going to circle this M46. He misses the shot. I'm not going to make the same mistake. So again, another one that's backed up against the wall. Always a good tactic to do. As you can see, it makes me run away because I don't want anything to do with that. Pop the smoke, drive through the smoke. I'm just going to come up here, see if I can get shots down on them, because I feel that my allies down in sort of KE6 kind of cleared that area. Get some auto-lock shots right into the back of this M46. Get spotted, so I'm out. I do like keeping my health intact in these Cold War lights just for the end game, because I think the vision and the camouflage on the lights in the end game, they're just really powerful. Again, I'm not too sure what this one's doing. It seems to try to back up against the wall. Yeah, again, I just get a little bit too confident in going on in this one. Just want to get rid of it now. I don't really want to take another hit. Misses the shot. I block my ally's shot, but I get the kill anyway. So we're capping out, unfortunately. We're winning 8-3, and sure enough that always means that someone's going to try and cap. We're being capped as well. You know, they're losing 8-3, I can kind of understand it. But this light tank, that's the focus. It's pop the smoke. But yeah, I think the PT-76, light tank on light tank, I think it's definitely the weakest one. I think it's just because it's quite slow and the turning circle is relatively bad. But whenever you're circling another light tank, it always seems to be able to hit you. I think it's just because it's quite a long tank as well. Even as people auto-aiming, you know, they'll fire and it'll just end up hitting the back of the long tank. But yeah, stop them cap hitting. We're up to sort of almost 3,000 assists, 3,500 damage myself. I think on what console, I think the 3-mark criteria for the M24 at the time I was doing this was about 3,400. But I was finding that when I was in sort of the 90%, I was having to do sort of 4,000 at least, just to hold the mark. So even now with those numbers, I'm not too confident that I've got it. I do get it, obviously this is the 3rd mark video, but yeah, just when you get to 90%, if you want to try and 3-mark this one, you do really need to be aiming for about 5,000, I would say, to get movement at 90%. Just reversing, I want to just block this one, get a tiny little bit of extra damage just from the collision. But yeah, we end up going just under 4,000 damage and just over 3,000 assisted. So yeah, only get 2nd place. Again, most direct hits, most detections, most assisted. Yeah, that was the 3rd mark game. I think overall, the Cold War mode is good, and I think how they've done the light tanks, just with the ridiculous camouflage, does actually work, surprisingly. Just with true vision, just not being spotted, it's just so powerful for these light tanks. And yeah, we get that, the 3rd mark in 147 games, which is good. So this stat screen is just to show you what I ended up doing. So yeah, looking forward to doing the M41 A1, the light tank above. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that video.